Hello, everybody. Just gonna let people know that I'm live, and then we'll get started. Shouldn't be too long of a stream, but I just wanted to try this out, see how it pans out. Okay. Do- do- do. Do. Okay. Uh, build it. Huh. It's a funny face. Okay. I'll try advertising on Facebook. I haven't done that in a while. See if I get banned. I should probably say something. Let's see if this gets me banned. Let's see if that gets me banned or not. I'm curious. So what you don't know is I just advertised on the Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition Facebook group. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get this rocking and rolling. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, let's go over some of the characters I have for this world and just give a quick premise on what the ideas are expressed in this world. This is a giant space story with giant robots and a big war space drama. The players are playing as pilots operating giant mechs. Now for this design, let's get this. Actually, let's get the, so this is an example character I designed. It's power level 6, 90 power points. Of that 90 power points, it has equipment where all of its powers are actually equipment. I've asked the players not to grab powers unless they actually have a reason for them, because I want the players to be coming up with, well, with their own stuff. I want the players to be using equipment and being very limited. And whenever someone has their stuff as equipment, that is very limiting to what they can do and what kind of stuff they can explore. So as you see, this test pilot has a laser sword, a laser pistol. Now one other caveat is I introduced this idea where the players can take, what in the world? What is this? What is that? No, that is not the button I wanted. Somebody update this character sheet. Anyway, so I had it designed where the players could take ranks in mecha close combat and mecha ranged combat in order to allow them to get skills that they can transfer over to their mechs. Any of their skill ranks they can perform with the mech's base stats. Pretty basic thing. Then here's an example mech I designed. The Liberty Mecha. So it's designed to just be a very simple machine that hits really hard and is very balanced. Everything, because it's power level 12. I have the machines at power level 12, but the pilots at power level 6 in order to emphasize this difference in scale. It gives me the opportunity to create different kinds of combat and different kinds of threats and challenges. I have some challenges that I have paced for the players to take on in their base form, in their human form, as power level 6 characters, and I have other challenges that are designed for the players to take on as power level 12 characters. Now, up to this point, most of the challenges for the power level 12 characters, the mechs, has been combat, and I'm looking at the possibility of introducing some other challenges like searching large areas, trying to find information, maybe interrogating captured enemies, and stuff that they can do with their mechs. Definitely open to any input or information on that. I'm always up for taking in new stuff. So what I have is the Unknown series. That's the base level of enemies that they're up against right now. The M3 is the PL6 minion that's basically as strong as the players. The Unknown mecha is the mechs that the M3s pilot that are weaker than the players' mechs. I specifically designed these to be weaker so that way they could be used in mass. I thought that that would be something fun to explore. I thought that would be something fun. And I try to record here for the mech, what the expected pilot skills are, the close combat, the ranged combat, and the vehicle skill. Now, originally, in the original design for this, I wanted the players to take a vehicle check every single turn. That was going to be a defining factor, and what I ran into was the players were either failing their vehicle checks at crucial moments, or it was just getting tedious to ask for one every single turn. So now I'm at the point where I only ask for it if the players are trying to perform a maneuver, do something different, do something exciting, and I want it to be for them to try to do something cool if they try to do a combat maneuver. They've also interacted with a space dragon, which that one was really fun. I actually got this design from the Cosmic Handbook. I just power leveled it down from 16 to 15. Because I thought that was a more fitting thing, and it treats it as a young space dragon. Anyway, how is everybody doing today? Okay. So, the enemies that we've got going right now are these Pax Stellae enemies, which I'm using the image of the riot troopers from Kamen Rider Faiz. But they're just a little bit stronger than the players, so I'm going to use them in small numbers. They're still minions, but they're very powerful, and what sets them apart is that their things are powers and not equipment, which means their stuff, they can power stunt, they can extra effort, they can try new things and reuse their powers in new and unique ways. I also designed this, I'm very proud of this. Leap 10, which lets them leap up to 1 mile. Immunity 2, self-inflicted slam damage. Feature 1, no penalty for performing a slam attack. And it lets them perform a slam attack that I called the Rider Kick, which is where they leap up to 1 mile, slam their full body weight into the enemy, and then they're essentially using their leap power as a damaging power, which I thought was really cool, just because that's a common thing in Kamen Rider, but I didn't want it to be a meme, so I just put it on the base troopers. And I did give them a little bit of equipment. The only equipment they have is just some basic stuff. Comlink, GPS, flashlight, smartphone. Comlink, I think, is kind of extremely undercosted. Like, 1 equipment point for radio communication over 1 mile. That same thing as a power is just extremely expensive. But that it is what it is. It's in the book, so we use it. Okusen, you said you're doing fine, wanted to fully participate in this, but I'll only be lurking. Hey, that's no problem. I'm just glad to have you. Just glad to have you. Okay, so I want to design, because the Stella Commander is a PL-10. Stella Commander X. Okay. Yeah, communication is extremely powerful. Here, let me just check something real quick. I was just going to turn on the latency so it'd be easier for me to react to you, but I apparently forgot and set it to normal latency. Okay. Well, I can't change that midstream. Yeah, communication is extremely powerful. The thing with the communication power is it's not just designed for radio communication, it's designed for players or enemies who want to like be communicating with large groups of people or have hardened reinforced communications. So one of my players, his character's brother is lost. Well, not lost, is exploring space ahead of them. So I want to work on designing that brother's power armor. The story is that the brother is working because he has limited resources. He can't build a full mech. So he's working on miniaturizing or designing stuff to work with what he's got to reinforce what pieces and parts he can get his hands on. So, new character. Is it Kagami? The real one, because the character took his brother's name, which was really interesting. Never mind, you're free. Okay. You're still totally new to Mutants and Masterminds, so you decided to go with Big Eyes, Small Mouths, 4E instead. How is that? I remember 3E was really good, but I never touched 4E. Check how many PowerPoints is supposed to have. 210. All right, so we're starting with 210 PowerPoints for this design because it's power level 14. All right, so let's start with the basics. I I normally like to give my characters some of their social stats as a good strong point. Stamina, I'm gonna leave alone. Dexterity is not a mental stat. Awareness is. So that makes this character like one of the best in his region at what he does for intellect, presence, and awareness. And then where do I start? Well, let's start with the basics. Let's give him let's call this power hydraulics. So this is going to be enhanced strength. I'm going to say 12. Enhanced stamina 12. What to do? And what else? Immunity 5. Fatigue effects. So immunity and fatigue effects means the character can extra effort for free. It's something you want to be very wary of. It takes a similar amount of getting used to as I imagine Mutants and Masterminds does, but once you get a grasp on how the different mechanics are supposed to fit together, it allows for some really interesting characters. Really, what kind of characters have you designed? So I'm putting this at 24 ranks at 2 per rank because he just got that. Because these powers are 2 per rank, and you get 24 ranks of them, and then you got 5 points of that. So that was an expensive power. I'm gonna put that in the other. Okay, so we're slowly building up. So this is power level 14, which means on hit plus the effect ranks can't be more than 28. Okay. Combat computer. Just enhanced dexterity, enhanced fighting. Boo. That's 16 ranks at 2 per rank. So why am I getting these as... The setting is a Naruto AU, so figuring out how exactly to create unique ninjas and their jutsu was a fun puzzle. I imagine that definitely sounds fun. So the reason why I'm taking these as powers instead of just buying them as is because these are something brought on by the character's power suit. And I'm going to give this character power loss complication. Working side of power suit. All powers are devices. So I'm saying a power is a device means it can be destroyed, but I'm not sure if I want to do that because he's not getting any discount on it. Powers stop working. How many players do you have for your game? See. All right, so next thing I want to work on is I want to work on his defenses. So right now he's got a good baseline of stats. I'm going to give him a little bit of agility. Just so he has something there. Let's even out his defenses. Okay, so fight plus stamina can equal 28. Right now it equals 20, so it's got 8 points left to spend. I'm gonna put it all into fighting because he's a well-trained fighter. And then only 2 right now. It's hopefully going to be a one-shot that helps me learn the system for an original campaign in the future. Oh, that's exciting. Alright, gonna have a slightly lower dodge than parry. Okay. So I got 2 basic powers of his power hydraulics and his combat computer. So what did you end up doing? Because I remember Big Eyes Small Mouths had, like, it had character classes, didn't it? Kind of a D&D 3rd edition style where you have your character class that determines what you do. What'd you come up with for the jutsus? What would be the difference if those powers were equipment instead? So if these had been purchased as equipment, they would be 80% cheaper than they currently are, but the game master can decide that they break at any point in time. At any point, they can break down. You can need to repair them. Also, as powers, in order to decrease their effects, you have to be hit with a specific with a nullify that's the right type of nullify that specifically targets them. And even so, you get to use the cost of the power to determine what you roll to protect it. Or if someone tries to destroy the device, it's 1/5 of the cost of the power is what you roll for the toughness check. Equipment, for its toughness check is just based on what it's made of. So equipment isn't normally going to have a toughness of more than like 7 or 8. So it's really easy to smash equipment with a powerful attack. A powerful attack with a precise attack. I normally don't penalize my players for making smash attacks if they're using precise weapons. So, for instance, these power hydraulics, right? Oh, also, this is having powers like these as custom equipment is normally something a GM would restrict from allowing players to do, because especially ability enhancing ones, it's viable in our setting because we're in a futuristic setting, but the players have to know that their stuff can get broken. Does that make sense? At any point in time, their equipment can be broken, turned off, and you don't get a hero point, you don't get any advantages. If the GM just decides, at this point in the story, your power stops working, it just stops working. So he has a lot of willpower. Yeah. So one of the basic things about powers, especially when it comes to the removable, easily removable, and equipment setup, is that the cheaper the power becomes, the bigger the discount you get, the easier it is for the GM to take the power away. A regular power you're paying full cost for, normally if your GM takes that power away from you for some plot reason, you get a hero point, and hero points are powerful. You can cash in a hero point to completely change the scene, to say you have something you don't, to say that something works completely in your favor, or to get a reroll. Hero points are huge. If a GM wants to take away a removable, you don't get a hero point because you got a discount on them on the front end. And equipment, that's not even a thing. That is, anyone with a sufficiently powerful attack can smash a piece of equipment. Because, like, hold on, let me check something real quick. Grabbing my book real quick. Where is smashing? Here we go. Material toughness. So your average piece of equipment is going to be like either iron or steel, some metal, and for that they're gonna have a toughness between 7 and 9, which means if someone does a smash attack, they roll, they have a -2 to hit. If they hit, then instead of rolling your toughness, you roll the toughness for the piece of equipment. And no matter how many points you've put into that equipment, if it's made of steel, you only add 9. Whereas if you've paid full price for the device, even if you got a discount for it, sorry, back up. If you're just have a removable or easily removable power, you will use for the toughness score 1/5 of what you paid in power points for that power if someone tries to break it. Okay, and 14. There's a lot of math involved. In all honesty, that's one of my frustrations with the game, is like it can be really fun, but there's a lot of numbers to get a hold of in the front end. All right, this has got the defenses lined up. Okay. Okay, gonna have that, and he's gonna have technology 10. Okay. So we got that. He's gonna have perception 6. So where am I pulling these numbers from? I had someone ask me that once. A lot of times I'm just choosing what I think makes sense for his power level. At his power level 14, the max he can add to any roll is going to be 10 plus his power level. So it's going to be 24. This character was originally going to be a mech pilot, so having high vehicle score matters. He's designing all of his equipment, so having a high technology score, that's very important. And because of that, let's work on advantages real quick. I'm going to give him Artificer or Inventor? Inventor. Oh. Testing. Okay. Sorry, I accidentally unplugged my mic. Yeah, it is Inventor. Okay. Okay. He's got a lot of powers. His suit doesn't have a lot. Well, it's hyperhydraulics are what it's got for its defenses. Well, right now all I need are advantages, skills, and attacks. I'm definitely giving him expertise tactics. Giving him 10 in that. Yeah, we got plenty of space to go. Gonna bump that up a little bit because he's well trained. Okay. One great thing about skills is that they can be used in a variety of situations, but each skill only costs half a power point. Okay, you're gonna get a little bit of that. Not any intimidation. Okay. All right, so I've got about 50, about 40. So yeah, about 40 points left. Let's sink those into attacks. Let's just do a basic one. Actually, I need to get a mobility power. Sorry for the strange faces. When I type numbers, it makes faces with my avatar, which I think is kind of funny. All right, so I'm gonna build because I think I want to borrow. I might borrow the design for the hydraulic legs here. Well, this costs 13. Might borrow that. What does that look like? Okay, his fight is 8. Leap 1 mile, then that's still underpowered. Answer your earlier question about big eyes, small monster, small mouths. 4E is all point buy, similar to M&M. The only pre-built stuff is basically for guidance and streamlining in the form of templates that you can customize. Ooh, that's exciting. That's really exciting. How did you like it? We're gonna go leap 14. What's the distance on that? Distance of leap 14 is 16 miles. Gives them a nice way. Did you end up... So, Mutants and Masterminds has templates, but a lot of people don't use them or don't interact with them, and I have mixed feelings about the templates myself. I feel like they express a lot of really good ideas, but in a game with so much customization, I feel like it's so easy to just break off from the templates. But then once you break away from the templates, it's really easy to forget certain powers or for things to just fall apart. Okay, where is it? Up to... It's 22. That's not nearly as strong as it could be. The templates are super useful because you can just subtract parts of them to reduce the point cost of buying them. That's true. That's very true. I could go that route with this character. Build him off of one of the templates. But the thing is, I want to increase his power level. So that's just like, eh. But it would give me something to work off of. Let me crack open the old book. So I use the ninja template for guidance in how to do basic ninja stuff and then edit it to make it more like Naruto. Oh, that's really cool. So what kind of stuff did you add to make it more like Naruto? Combat computer for the fighting. Ah. This is mostly the same design I was doing. I'll fine tune the power leap in a second, but I just realized gotta make this. He's gonna need life support. So life support means immunity from starvation, from suffocation, from all forms of breathing problems, and from being in the vacuum. So that's just a really good power to have on this. So I'm going to say that's his helmet. I think that's fine. So I'm wondering if it might be better to leave this. How much points do I have left? Why do I only have... Oh, whoa, something needs to get cut here. Alright, I realized I was spending way more points than I had space for. We're gonna cut the power leap just because that wasn't doing enough for me. So I basically made the ninja template into a get in template and added abilities for the basic techniques taught in most ninja villages, stuff like transformation, substitution. Oh, so you added them like powers. Oh, so you made the basic ninja template the starter thing that everybody started at without any powers. Okay. Okay. This is turned far more expensive. Well, let's see how I can make this fit. So I wanted to have the combat computer increase his fighting skill and his dexterity because it increased his offense and his defense. Because it's gonna, like, those stats have to get increased. I think I can make this work. I'm gonna have him have a handheld attack. Yeah, he's just gonna have a handheld thing. Not a power blaster. We're just gonna call it Power Saber. Strength base damage. I think it's supposed to be 8. Yeah. And then yeah, the players didn't have to choose to buy everything that I recommended, but it helped them get a grasp on what abilities to use because they can be kind of vague. That's true. I think character building is one of the biggest struggles that players have trying to get into a point-buy system like this. What do I want here? Improved crit 2. Then I'm going to give this easily removable, where it's not quite as cheap as being equipment, but it can still be stripped out of his hands. So that's going to be 10, 2 times 5 is 10, so that's 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 4 points. Gonna get rid of the rider kick. Power Saber adds 8 to the on hit because he has the 8 fighting. Crit is at 18 because he has improved crit 2. And then this is 20 damage. So this is going to be melee slashing damage. Okay. I like being able to make these shortcuts because it makes it very easy to keep track of powers and their descriptors. And what you do, it rolls everything for you. So this is not a very balanced attack, but still pretty good. I want him to have a way to get back and forth from place to place. So I might still give him a super leap. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that super leap. Where does that put me at? I'm at, okay, so I got 8 points left. So what this means is it's got the power, the leaping slash, where he leaps up to 1 mile, and he does his slash at +1. That's not bad. $21. Leap up to 1 mile. all his weight. Okay. So this is a slam attack. A slam attack is when you move and then attack at the end of it. Normally, you get a -2 to your on hit, and then the attack you do, you either use the movement power as the base power for the damage, or you add a +1 to the attack that you're using, whichever is higher. So in this case, the attack he's using is going to be his power saber, and his leaping slash is going to go up, and he has the feature that lets him leap, perform a slam attack without penalty. That is something I came up with because there wasn't one for it, and I felt like there really should be. So that gives him a pseudo ranged attack. The idea for this design is that he wants to be able to fight on ground, and he believes that if he can fight if he can be small, get into inner workings of buildings and maneuver, he'll be able to perform well enough that that he'll be able to keep up with the giant mechs. I think it's nice. All right. I've spent a decent amount on skills. Let me grab some advantages. Definitely getting accurate attack. That lets him decrease his damage to increase his accuracy. All out attack, which lets him decrease his accuracy in order to increase his defenses. Sorry, decrease his defenses to increase his accuracy. I was thinking of defensive attack. And then lastly, power attack. The one he'll probably never use. Now, because he has immunity to fatigue effects, he can extra effort to repurpose any of his powers to do anything. Okay. What else do I want him to have? Let me take a look at what kind of advantages they give the Paragon, because I'm basing him kind of on the Paragon idea. Except instead of throwing things, he's going to leap at the target. So he's actually kind of more of a powerhouse. Yeah, he's more of a powerhouse. Ooh, that's another thing. Ultimate effort toughness checks. Being able to take 20 on a toughness check. So ultimate effort lets you cash in a hero point in order to, instead of rolling, just say you roll the 20. I think we've got this pretty much nailed down. I've got 3 points. I can get 3 more advantages, or I could grab some skills. Actually, if he's gonna have dexterity up, he needs a ranged weapon. Let's see if I can fit one on here. Gonna do range, damage. Well, this is gonna be more accurate, so probably just do 12. Accurate, 2, which would give the +4. That actually only takes it to 12. So actually I need this to be 14. An accurate 3. Every rank of accurate gives +2 in the on hit. Okay. Easily removable. Okay, so now let's see what we got here. So that's going to be 5 times 6. So that's going to be -12. Yeah. It was a 3, so -12 is going to be -9. Then we move Power Saber down here, convert that into an alternate effect. I need it to be a little bit cheaper. I was trying to avoid this because I wanted this character to have a lot of stuff, but I think it's going to be better if I just build this powers as removable. Because if I build the powers as removable, if the players end up fighting him, it'll give them something to shoot off. Alright, so removable means this is going to be -10. So that's going to be -5. This is 32. 6 times 5. It's going to be -6. I like to keep track of all the details. Removable. -2. Power leap. -2. It technically round up to -3. There we go. Which makes sense because as an NPC, he can't gain hero points. So he's got his power blaster, his power saber. all of his powers are removable of some kind. That was not what I wanted. I wanted that to say removable. There we go. I can grab some more. I could grab some more advantages, or I could grab some skills, but first let me record this. Power Blaster is 14 to hit. Ranged force damage. And I gotta do the math real quick. All right, 350. So it, come on. 350 feet for short range, 700 feet for medium range, and 1400 feet for long range. That's an important thing to note in a campaign like this. Copy. Force damage. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Now I've got 9 points I can spend. I could make... Well, there's no reason he would want to be completely helpless in space. So I could give him thrusters. Could give him a jetpack. Okay, and then this is gonna be like 12? No, 11. Minus 2. Actually, this is gonna be... Because fly costs 2 points. Six times 2 is 12, minus 2 is 10. Fly 5. 5 times 2 is 10, so that's going to be 8. And I'll just grab another skill. Then this is minus 2. So he's got a little bit of fly. Like, it's not a whole lot. But if he gets trapped in space, he's not going to be, like, completely helpless. He can fly at 120 miles an hour. And that is equivalent to 900 feet and around. This is really making you want to work on your campaign again. I just had some difficulty fully grasping some of the other stuff, and there's not a lot of Big Eye Small Mouth 4E discussion on the internet. When did 4E come out? I'm actually really shocked because I know they were on 3E for a long time. And I'll just grab a little bit of deception. Okay. So now we've got a power suit that is extremely capable. It's got a blaster, it's got ranged attacks. The power saber could actually be stronger. But yeah, do you know when Big Eyes Small Mouth 4th edition came out? What can I do to make this power saber better? Well, if I give it anything, it's going to have to add 20. With easily removable. So, power. So if I add multi-attack, that's going to... No, it wouldn't want multi-attack. It would want secondary effect. Sometime in 2019, yeah, it's weird. When I was looking to the game for, it almost felt like the game wasn't even out yet with how little info there was. Yeah, because they were on 3rd edition for a long time, if I remember properly. And if what you're saying is true, then like, they had a huge departure from past stuff. So, I mean, 2019... Like, we're coming up on 3 years. Ah, geez, that sounds super frustrating. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. 20 times 6 is 12. Huh. All right, so we're going to give this secondary effect 20 ranks. So let's do some math here. Cost 30 exactly. That's funny. Well, I mean, of course it does. So then easily removable means 40%. So really, they're working on a different IP, absolute power. What's that one about? Easily removable means that for every 5 power points you spend, you take 2 off. So divide that by 5, you get 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Which brings it just under. That actually works really well. If it hits, it's going to hit super hard. Slashing damage. Okay. It's Silver Age Sentinel 2nd edition, so not a new IP. Oh, okay. I mean, that still doesn't change the fact that they're not working on Big Eyes, Small Mouths. Secondary effects. Okay. I think this character's done. The only thing he doesn't have is communication powers, but this character isn't trying to be a leader. He's not trying to work with other people. He's trying to take it all on himself, and he wants to gain the secret of the Successians. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty successful character build for what we want it to be. But you're talking ninjas got me thinking. And I'm wondering, hold on a second. Because in the Mutants and Masterminds handbook, the Deluxe Heroes Handbook, there's a thing where it walks you through the templates and building your own thing for each thing. And I'm wondering, they had in here a ninja, because that got me thinking about building a ninja. No, they don't specifically have ninjas, but it could just be, you know, I'm going to walk through the martial artist. I'm going to build a martial artist as a ninja just because I'm curious. Because I think fighting ninjas could be funny. Okay, so let's head to the martial artist page in the book. Oh wait, I've been mainly listening. Is this is stream of my window browser frozen? Oh, it is. Now I feel really goofy. I've been oh my gosh. I've been displaying all the things I've been working on this whole time. It does that sometimes whenever you're streaming Roll20, but when you're streaming Chrome browsers in general. So the character I just designed is this one, Kagami. He's designed to be a power level 14 character. He's not supposed to be a boss, but depending on what the characters choose, they might end up crossing him, either intentionally or unintentionally. Let me see, is this? Okay. Oh, no, it's no problem. It's no problem. I probably should have been checking periodically because I know that this happens sometimes. It can be quite frustrating. Thought I was curious how every time I looked back you're on the oh my gosh. So these are all the powers that I designed for this character. Got his hydraulics for his increased strength and stamina and immunity to fatigue effects. Combat computer for his enhanced dexterity and fighting. Life support, his ability to leap long distances. Thrusters that let him fly. and his power blaster and power saber that increases damage output. And the thing is, because these are powers, he can, like, this power blaster, instead of being range damage 14, he can power stunt and use it as a ranged weaken with effects objects that'll be like, so instead of 2, it'd probably be like rank 8 or something. So then he can blast out the weaknesses of things. He can do all kinds of power stunts. Anyway, we're gonna build a martial artist as a ninja. Using the character building tool. Alright, so let's go for the ability scores. Since they're a ninja, they're going to be fast, so we're going to go with finesse and control. They're power level 10. So they have strength 3. Yeah, that's the idea. The idea is for him to be versatile. But now I'm just going to try building a ninja because I'm curious if I can. Fighting 13. Awareness 5. Stamina 3. Dexterity 5. Don't tempt you to switch back. Intellect 0, presence 0. Okay. Now let's grab his advantages. Oh, and he's working with 150 power points. He's got agile feint. Which lets him use his, I think it's like acrobatics instead of intimidation, instead of deception in order to feint. Defensive roll 4. Oh, 1 improved initiative. That's always a good one. Power attack and takedown. Takedown is always fun. Takedown. Okay. So defensive roll 4 means he's already adding 4 to his stamina, his toughness. And he adds 4 for improved initiative. So choose one. I'm going to choose armed fighter because we're making a weapons ninja. I don't know if you have the Deluxe Heroes Handbook, but I'm building this character from page 72 of the Deluxe Heroes Handbook using that as a template. Okay. Equipment. That's come on. 10 equipment points. So that can be a variety of weapons. And quick draw. Okay. Did not choose Mystic Endowment. Okay. Wow, there's so many advantages for this design. So, elemental. But none of these give you... Where is the skills? That is one of the skill choices. Okay. All right, we're gonna build it. So, twice. Just gonna go with Earth and Fire, just because they're the first ones. Daze. Intimidate. Die Hard. Die Hard's such a bizarre thing. Like, your game master has to be trying to kill you for Die Hard to actually become relevant beyond just flavor. Fearless. Great endurance. So one thing with a martial artist in this game is that they have tons of advantages, because the advantages let them change up how they're doing all of their things to give them access to new combat maneuvers. Extraordinary effort. That you when you extra effort, you get 2 effects instead of 1, but you get twice as exhausted afterwards. Inspire? I mean, inspiring your allies is kind of a thing. Interpose. Leadership. Gonna be a team leader. Okay. So next, style advantages. We're gonna go with Dragon. Accurate attack. All out attack. Defensive attack. A lot of attack modification ones. That's good. Evasion is such a bizarre one to me because all it does is mean that you can't. It's essentially danger sense, but they call it evasion. I always wondered if that's a typo. Okay. So fast grab is hilarious. It means if you land an unarmed attack, you will instantly grapple the target, and then they have to roll to see if they get free. If you land an unarmed attack, it's hilarious. Grabbing finesse means that they roll against your I believe it's dexterity instead of your strength. Improved disarm means no weapons for you. Improved trip. That's just good for controlling what the enemy does. Move by action. That is a very game-changing power or advantage because it lets you move, take part of your movement, take an action, and then move again. And then combined with takedown means that you can just move, hit a target, then keep moving. It's so good. Alright, so we roll Mystic Endowment. Once. So twice. Okay. So we're going to go with Agent and Ninja. All these advantages. And you still got 10 equipment points worth of weapon. Okay. Acrobatics 4. Athletics 4. Close combat. Unarmed is 2. Yeah. High mobility is definitely important for ninjas. Insight for investigation, for perception, for stealth 6 because that's important, and technology because a ninja needs his gadgets. Now the stats he gains for being a ninja. Add 6 more to the acrobatics. Add 4 more to athletics. Unarmed gets 2 more. Deception gets 4. Reception gets 4. Sleight of hand gets 6. And and stealth gets another 6. Stealth is almost maxed. Then all that's left is defenses. Dodge gets 6. No parry. Fortitude gets 6. Will gets 5. Okay. Well, what does that leave me with? That leaves this design Unarmed Strike is going to be very weak. Unarmed Strike does 3 damage. But because they use what's I think grabbing finesse lets you use dexterity instead of strength. Let me check. Let's check the book. Offensive roll, equipment. Use your dexterity instead of your strength. Okay. So grabbing finesse means that they're rolling against his dexterity instead of his strength, but his dexterity is not super high. His dexterity is not super high. It is still pretty high for like this kind of a character. And let's see, his base fighting skill is 13. So he can have as an equipment katana. That would just be strength based damage 4. Four, 8. What would be a good weapon for a ninja? Precise and subtle. There we go. And then 16, and then 7 damage. Melee slashing damage. Subtle because it's stealthy. Okay. And with the ability to power attack, he can make that whatever he needs it to be. So, the only thing this character is lacking is ranged attacks. But he doesn't have a lot of stats for ranged attacks. So what you've got with this character is you've got an extremely stealthy character, almost maxed out stealth. Highly trained in unarmed combat, able to grapple targets very quickly after hitting them, with a lot of advantages for modifying things. Agile feint for decreasing the opponent's ability to resist, power attack, takedown. And improvised weapon means it can use any weapon easily. Daze means he can... I'm wondering what Daze does on this build. You can make a deception or intimidation check as a standard action. Your targets choose a skill when you require the advantage. To cause an opponent to hesitate in combat, make a skill check as a standard action against your target's resistance. The same skill, insight, or will defense, whichever is highest bonus. If you win, your target is dazed, able to only take a standard action until the end of the next round. The ability to daze with deception and with intimidation are separate advantages. Take this advantage twice in order to do both. The problem here is he has no ranks in intimidation. So he at least has ranks in deception. So we're going to change that to daze deception. Die hard means you can instantly stabilize yourself if you're dying. Great endurance? What's that one do? It's always fun building these kind of characters, and then I gotta go back and read all the advantages because I don't use them very often. You have a +5 bonus on checks to avoid becoming fatigued, and checks to hold your breath, avoid damage from starvation or thirst, avoid damage from hot or cold environments, and to resist suffocation and drowning. Ooh. Hey, Alexander Thomas. Well, thank you for coming along. And yeah, we're having a pretty fun stream so far. I built 2 characters. One I built from the book, and I'm just tweaking right now. The other one I just built off the top of my head. So we've this... accurate, all out, and defense. So it's got all 4 of the modifiers. And evasion, which I think is the most poorly named. Oh, okay. So I was getting your +2 circumstances to your dodge resistance check. To avoid AoEs. That's not bad. Fast grab, grabbing finesse. Improve disarm, improve trip, move by action. With the addition of the katana, this is a very threatening character that can do a whole lot. I think I can threaten my characters very much with it. Threaten my players with it. Now, there was one other thing. Where was... Let me check my Game Master's Guide, because I could have swore there was a thing, a template for building ninjas as minions. Here we go. We have a whole group of ninjas as minions. Oh yeah, to switch to your PC? Yeah, ninjas are always interesting. Now the thing is, the ninjas as minions, in the Game Master's Guide, are designed to be significantly weaker than if you make a ninja as a player character. This one I designed here is extremely powerful, right? But yeah. Yes, there are a bunch of ninjas. I'm looking at page 150 in the Game Master's Guide. We've got 4 ninjas. 3 that are regular ninjas, and the 4th one is this mystic ninja that seems really interesting. I'm looking at it now. It's got powers, which is something the other ones don't have. Got concealment 10, all senses limited to darkness, illusion 5, shadow duplicates, affects vision and hearing limited to recreating the ninja's image, focus strike, penetrating 5 on strength, teleport 5. Got shuriken, smoke grenade, sword. Decent amount of things. Ah, the PL-10 ninja villain. Yeah. Yes, it can. It doesn't necessarily fit in the game I'm running right now. But I wanted to try building it because Okusen, the other person in chat right now, is running a ninja game, but they're using a different game system, and that got me thinking, how would I build a ninja? So I wanted to look at these. So if I was to build like Naruto style ninjas, because this thing has 29 advantages and a bunch of skills and a bunch of defenses, I would probably trim off some of the advantages, like 9 of the advantages, in order to get 9 points in powers if I was building a Naruto style game, just so they have some weak thing, something that they can be creative with, like getting illusion or getting concealment. The other thing is this build has a whole lot of abilities. So what about you, Alexander Thomas? Are you running any games or playing in any games right now? Okay. So let's see. I'm wondering how I would nerf this for, because my human characters in my game, because I'm running a giant robot game, and I thought maybe having ninjas might be interesting, but looking at this, it might be better to use one of, let me build the one, just finished running Nether War on stream over the last year, and I'm starting a new Starhaven series on Monday. I also play on Tuesday night Emerald City Night stream. Oh, that's really interesting. I'm the assistant line developer for Eminem, so I'm playing all the games, playing all the time. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. All right, I'm gonna build this Ninja Master, because I think the ninja, like this ninja I designed, won't fit super well in my game, but the Ninja Master, now that I'm looking at it, might actually work in my game, because it's PL5, and my players are their human forms of PL6, but their giant robots they pilot are PL12. So let's add. So I'm currently running a space-themed game in which the players are playing as giant robot pilots that are traveling through the universe in order to fight a giant alien empire. My games that I run are usually, like in this time slot right now, I'd normally be running a game, but my group has moved to doing every other week, so I thought on the off weeks I'd do something like this. No. I did not do this city map that's in the background. No, I found this on a community forum page. I did not do that art. No. Let's see here. Build this ninja master. Stamina 1. Agility 3. Dexterity 3. Yeah, I think it's a great game. The basic story is that this alien empire calling themselves the Successians have arrived at Earth. They believe the entire universe is designed and contrived towards their success. And they are trying to subjugate humanity, but humanity has taken some of their technology in order to... humanity's taken some of their technology and turned it against them, so now the players are traveling through space to try to find a way to stop the Successians from invading Earth and to stop the war. This PL10 Ninja Master could be a Ra's al Ghul big bad figure for a group of PL5 heroes. Ooh, that would be very good. That actually works. Dexterity 3, fight 6. So what platform do you use to run your games, Tom? Should I call you Alexander? Should I call you Thomas? What should I call you? Intelligence 0, Awareness 2, Presence 0. Stick an alien template on him and he's Space Al Ghul. Yes! I could make him, because there are different kinds of templates for the... Alex? Okay. So Alex, what system do you use? Not system. What platform do you use for your games? Do you do it on Roll20? Do you do it on Discord? Stream on Twitch and upload the videos here on YouTube at the Untold Stories Project. That's cool. Oh, M&M Monday every Monday on the Green Ronin channel. That's really exciting. You're a huge Roll20 fan? As am I. I think it gives a lot for I think it gives us a lot to work with. Dexterity 3. Intellect 0, presence 0. Okay. Okay. Do. And then defensive roll 2. Okay. Then this one's got equipment 2. Do. Improved initiative. Then for equipment, strength-based, damage 3. Shuriken. Multi-attack. Damage 1. That's going to cost 3. That's weird. I mean, I guess he does need 2 equipment points in order to get all of that. So the next are all of these skills. Well, I should grab the initiative. Toughness plus 2 from the defensive roll 2. Didn't realize Green Run was active. Yeah, actually, to be quite honest, I didn't know they were active on YouTube either, which is really funny because this is my main game. You'd think I would have paid attention to that. Ah, monthly actual play. That's really exciting. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, I'm doing skills. That's what I'm doing. Getting acrobatics 7, athletics 6, deception 6, expertise ninja lore 8. That's interesting. So I'm currently copying the Ninja Master out of the Game Master's Guide because I want to see what that looks like whenever I have it out into a full character sheet, see if I might tweak some things in order to make it fit my game, or I might use it as is, but I definitely need to enter it in. Do... Ninja lore 8, intimidation 5. Perception 4. Okay. Ranged combat throwing 6. Ah. Sleight of hand 6. Stealth 8. All right, so let's take a look at his unarmed combat. He's going to be fighting 6, strength 1. Okay. Got his sword, which is going to be fighting 6. His sword adds 3, so that's going to be 6 as well. That seems off. Hold on. Oh, 3 plus 1 is 4. I don't know why I thought he had 3 strength. Oh, because the Ra's al Ghul, the super ninja, had that extra strength. Do. Then we've got the shuriken. I don't know if that would be piercing or slashing. I'm gonna say piercing. I'd like to keep track of the different damage descriptors for the attacks. That way, if my players want to take immunities, there are set precedents that they would know what to take immunities from. Okay, defense dodge goes up to 4, parry. Fortitude 4. Yeah, I'd say I think piercing sounds about right. Will 3. So this is something I could throw against them. Ah, this is interesting. So I've got a ninja minion. I've got an amazing super ninja. So I could have a group of alien ninjas. I'm trying to remember, because I thought there was... I'm trying to remember what book had the templates in it for different the Cosmic Handbook probably has it. Let me flip through that real quick. It's in the Cosmic Handbook? Okay. So I'm looking through the right one. I have pretty much every handbook I keep them right by my desk. The only handbooks I don't have are the Emerald City and the DC books. I don't have those. But with what I have, like, all right, here we go. With what I have, it keeps me pretty busy. Do. Actually, I think I have Freedom City. I don't have, like, what was the other one? There was another city. Yeah, I have Freedom City, but there was another city that was like the sister city to Freedom City. That's one of the main handbooks I don't have. Here we go. Here are the templates. Ooh. What is this Farsighter? Farsighters are human stock modified to live in Farsight City in the darkness of Earth's moon. The slightly lesser gravity of the native environment makes Farsighters raise there taller and thinner than Earth humans. That's psionic, telekinetic. Psi is relatively rare. Oh, I could make them. But no, I'm thinking about this Ealis, the bird people. That might be an interesting template to throw on them. Ooh, or I could make them Shun, those four-armed creatures. Moon ninjas. I was looking at the Farsighter, like that was interesting to me because they're taller and longer, but like there's so many different choices. This game offers infinite possibilities. It's one of the things I like most about it. Yeah, there are no wrong choices. And you just have to make sure you stay within power level limits. think I'm gonna go with the Farsighter. Because imagining them as tall, super thin ninjas is really interesting to me. Then I will just put this in the info. Describe. I like using the info in order to be like, whenever my players meet a new threat, I do the show to players, so then I put on there a descriptor of what they see. Ninja. Two of the PCs in my Starhaven game starting Monday are Farsighters. It's a cool place. Yeah. That's really cool. Tall and lanky ninja. In a hooded cloak. Using stealth and bladed weapons. Cute targets to fulfill their missions. They're two of the survivors of the royal family that fled when Lady Lunar took over everything. Ooh. But the PCs are a whole outlaw fugitive type. That's really exciting. I don't want to give them any extra. Yeah, we'll just ride with it. They'll be slightly under power level with it. And then the commander of an elite ninja army. So, okay, let me think about motivation for these characters. I've got the stats worked out. Now the next thing to think about is motivation and what drives the characters, right? And the theme I'm going with right now is that, oh, you're going for the sort of a Guardians of the Galaxy feel with it. That's exciting. So the feel I'm going with in my game is that the Successian Empire has spread throughout the galaxy, and it's how all of these different groups are dealing with the oppression of the Successians. And right so far they've met the Resistance, who are trying to resist and fight, but and then they're getting ready to go meet this other organization, Pax Stellae, which worship the Successians as divine heroes. And then these ninjas, I'm thinking, could be someone else they meet on another planet that would be some kind of this is interesting. So the ninjas could be if I've got one that's for the Pax Stellae are supportive of the Successians. The Resistance are against them, so I could have a neutral group. Maybe a group who believes that the Successians are a necessary evil that doesn't seek to dethrone them but also doesn't worship them and understands them as the limited mortal beings they are. So then what would the ninjas want to accomplish? They would want to accomplish their goals. If we're going for a Ra's al Ghul thing, they want to ensure that the galaxy is going in the direction they want. Whether it's the Successians in charge, whether it's anybody in charge, whoever's in charge, they want to make sure that that person is doing what they want, and if they're not, then they're going to be assassinated. Okay. Control the future. The galaxy. Doesn't do what he wants. He doesn't care who's in charge as long as they do what he wants. Thank you. Ooh, that's a good question. Why do these ninjas think they know what's best? So if we're going with the Ra's al Ghul comparison, right? The League of Shadows believes because their leader has lived through so much that he knows what's best for the world. He's been so long-lived, so maybe their leader has some limited immortality where he's lived since before the Successians ruled, and he's seen different rulers and empires take over the galaxy, and he believes because he's seen the rise and fall of nations and empires that he knows what's best for the universe. So that could be a theme where the players have to they have to figure out how to kill him so he stays dead. Because I could give him 1 rank of immortality, which means he revives in like a month? You can recover from death. If your condition becomes dead, you return to life after a time. Subtract your immortality rank from the time rank of 19 1 month to determine how long it takes. So immortality 11 restores your life in 30 minutes. Rank 20, you can return at the start of each round. Okay. So then 19 minus 1 would be 18, which time rank 18 is 2 weeks. So 1 rank of immortality with some kind of a limit. What kind of a limit could I put? That'd be some kind of a common effect that would kill him super dead. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just check something real quick. Okay. So throwing on 1 rank of immortality means he'll revive in 2 weeks. Or I could give him immunity to aging. Or say he's got, like, if we're going with the Ra's al Ghul comparison, say he's... You go back to, you could go with a resource he needs to be brought back, like the Lazarus Pit, yeah? Or maybe attacks with a certain kind of radiation, or maybe he's vulnerable to magic. Ooh. That has possibility. So if I do a certain kind of resource, maybe there's a special radiation he has to be exposed to. So that would say, what if he has some kind of a device that he doesn't keep on his person, but that's stored in his headquarters, that a device stored in his headquarters that can revive him and reduce and remove the effects of aging. So then if he dies, his minions will scoop up his body and try to return it to the pool. Well, okay, Lazarus Pit, that's a bit on the nose. So maybe a pool isn't a thing, but maybe since it's space, they have some kind of a special rock, a special space rock that gives off radiation that heals and regenerates anyone who's exposed to it. So that if the players manage to get into his hideout and destroy the space rock, he'll stay dead. And the space rock could be vulnerable to magic. The space rock could be vulnerable so that only magic can destroy it. So then the players, since the players don't have magic, they would have to find magic. Ooh, this is layers. Layers. This is layers. Across the stars. That's a weird sentence. Yeah, the daisy chain weakness there? Yeah. Okay, and then I'll put in GM notes. Also give the players a way to prevent his return so they can make lasting change in the setting. Yes. Only forcing the players to search for magic infiltrate his base to end him. But if he's gonna be this big bad, so this is where the tweaks start coming in, where like, because this is like, I'm gonna leave it power level 10, but because this is an NPC, I can play a little loose and fast with how many power points he costs. Okay. Let's see. And he's got Die Hard, which is funny. Because doesn't Die Hard make it so he can't, like, it takes a great deal to actually kill him anyway? Yeah. Yeah. I like to stay pretty close to the power level, the power points that my players are working with, just for reference, because I feel like if I don't, it's too easy for me to design these like extremely extravagant powers and complicated abilities that my players will just feel overwhelmed by. And I try to stay that as stay close I can as a guideline. Okay, so let's see. Die Hard. When your condition becomes dying, you'll automatically stabilize in the following round without any need for fortitude tech, although further damage, such as a finishing attack, can still kill you. Okay. So you've got, so Die Hard means after he goes down, you've got one. Okay. Oh wow, time has flown. It's going on 11:30 where I am right now. So I just want to say thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for coming along. Thank you, Alex, for coming along and sharing some of your info as well. I'll definitely try to check out some of those things on the Green Ronin Mutants and Masterminds Monday, M&M Mondays. I'll definitely try to check some of that out. But I want to say thank you to everyone for coming. And always remember the motto, shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the memes. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and let your friends know I'm always looking to bring more people into the community and support their dreams. Thanks for all of the input, and I hope all of you have a wonderful night.